Hey y'all, thanks for joining me today on working on this little Luminox watch. Gentleman brought this in. He said he had it for over 15 years, wear it religiously, had many band change on it. The watch at glance, it looked in great condition. Watch running, everything functioning like it should be. However, it is losing much time on a daily basis. So I believe all I need is a simple clean oil and reassembly service, and get this watch back in order for the gentleman. Okay, let's get on with the job. Just see a lot of police officers wear these brand here on the Luminox. From what I understand, the watch was started back in like 1989, and soon after, in the early 90s, they were making watches for the Navy Seal. As a matter of fact, the gentleman that brought this watch in is a former Navy SEAL officer. So I can only imagine he have great attachment to this watch. This is not the only watch that he have in the Luminox brand. He brought me other for battery change over the years, so I know he religiously believe in this watch brand here. So let us see the 4 screw. Let's lift this hatch up. That's a beautiful Navy SEAL logo, I believe. I'm not too greatly sure of all the logo there are, but I imagine that's what it is right there. Eagle and a trident. Nice. Okay, so inside we have a modern Swiss quartz movement. I believe this is a Holland line. So let's see. Let's disassemble this. Let's remove the crown. Little knob here. The white movement ring. And let's jump the watch out per se. Let's jump the watch out. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Well, now we're dealing with the internal part. Let me put on my glove to keep everything clean like it should be. And as you can see, the dial is beautiful, bright yellow with a black background. Okay. Yeah, these watches are known for the hand with the luminous, which I believe is tritium, I believe they call it. It's a gas in a glass tube to all the hour markers, as you can see here, and of course the hands. So it will stay glow constantly, non-stop, day or night. But the added advantage is it will glow at night. Just at a glance, you should be able to see it. A lot of emergency, I think, response worker wear these watches too, because of that. It's durable, as you can see this case, nice thick durable, 200 meter rated, which is a diver gray. Just an overall well-made watch. Okay, let's put the stem back on here and let us get to work. So on these battery watches, majority of the time, when it's running slow, not keeping time, and if it's still ticking, when it's still ticking when you put the battery in, we know that the circuit board is okay, the coil is okay, and make sure the battery is okay and it's not keeping time. I would say 99.99% of the time, all I need is a simple service, which is disassemble, clean the parts, reassemble, oil it, and it's good to go. Okay, let me line these hand up so we can remove it safely. I'm sorry, with me, I don't really use, I guess you call proper tool. I just use what on hand and make it work. And I got away with it for so many years, so I'm so accustomed to it. When there's when there's tool that I need, I will get. But if I can do without it, I will do without it. Okay, let me see here. Take this second hand off. Me, I like to take one hand at a time when taking it out. The thing is, I don't want the bottom hand, like the hour hand, rub on top of the second hand and cause a little abrasion when it touches. So my process is a little bit slower, but you know what? It worked for me. And ultimately, you do what worked for you, right? Okay, this hand here is a little bit toughy. There we go. Easy peasy. Never force anything. When in doubt, just slow down and recheck what we gotta do. Do the dowel, separate it from the movement, which usually is held by 2 dowel feet. 1, 2. Okay, I normally like to dismantle from dowel side first, which is the calendar and whatnot, and work on the gear afterward. Let me find a good movement holder for this watch. Yeah. So many movement holders. You just got find the one that you like. And I think this one will work for me for today. All right. Oh. Little washer for the hour hand. I'm sorry, the hour wheel. Let's put it right here. Yeah, normally I work this job, listen to loud music. Hard to do now that we're filming video for the YouTubers. I do find this job very enjoying. I'm not sure why. I'm just sitting here unscrewing one watch after another, taking part out piece by piece and reassembling it. And when finally reassemble and the watch running correctly, this gives me a little bit of joy and satisfaction to what I do. And yet I'm not tired of it. I still come to work every day doing the same thing over and over. 2 different watches, but it's basically the same thing over and over. I guess that's what work is all about, right? We do what we like, offer a service, get it done for folks. You know, at the time when you take a glance at what we disassemble on the table, all the parts seem overwhelming, but once you get to work at this job for a while, you will recognize all the part. Doesn't matter what brand it is. You kind of figure out which part is which. Like, for instance, this date wheel. Doesn't matter what brand of watch it is, it's still a date wheel, and we know it go on top, if that makes sense. Most of the watch work over the year are mechanical watches, and they tend to be all metal. Gear, the main plate, the bridges, basically everything is metal. But these modern quartz watches, battery operated watches, as you can see, most of the things on here are plastic. So what that comes down to is we can't clean it like the way we want to. Put in an ultrasonic, run it through the L&R washing and rinsing solution, and put in the blow dry heater spinning wheel and get everything all shiny and sparkly. Wish we can do that to all the watches, but that will cause warping and damage to all these plastic parts, and that won't go. So this, we're going to assemble it. I'm sorry, put in a solution, put in ultrasonic, and then we're gonna hand dry it with a watch paper. I will be frank with you guys. Working on these watches over the year, most of the part on the watches I disassemble, I have no clue what they call. I honestly don't know what they call. because a lot of time there's no broken part in the watch. Just dismantle, reassemble, and re-oil, and it'll work. Usually the only thing that break most of the time is this crown and stem, and the stem break because people got caught onto something and it broke off, or they don't get their watch serviced enough and water seep through where the crown is and rust the stem here and it broke off. So that is the most common replacement part out there. Well, of course, besides the watch battery, when it run out annually or every 2 years or whatever it takes for the watch to run out. For a good 30 years, when unscrewing these screws, I always have a finger supporting the screwdriver so I won't slip one way or another. But can't do that now because we're filming and that will block all the view should I do that. Yes, and it's a habit for us watchmaker when we lift up a bridge like this, for instance, we'll look on the underside just to make sure there's nothing that's stuck on it, like a gear or something. And they're gonna surprise us later on where did that part come from. So that's why we flip part back and forth. Okay, this is the center wheel. I know they call that the center wheel. There we go. No, I'm not sure what this wheel called, but I know we'll go there. This here is a magnetic wheel. It's called a rotor. As you see, it's thick. Cool little gadget. Okay, let's see. Oh, and my favorite tool, and I think of most watchmaker, or I call myself a technician. I won't call me a maker. All right. So as far as most watchmaker, I call myself a technician. I don't make anything. I service the watch and I put it back. Our favorite part, I'm sorry, our favorite tool is this little peg wood here, stick. We use it for everything, to hold down stuff, to help us take stuff off without scratching the surface of parts. And like this spring right here, it keeps the spring from popping out our desk onto the floor, and we spend an hour on the floor looking for a spring like this. There we go. One more screw, and I think that's the last one for this watch. There we go. The center wheel, which hold the minute hand on the other side. That's what it looked like. Voila, done. What a mess. Let's see, I'll scan this real quick so you see what I'm talking about. There you go, there's my mess. So as you can see, I do line all my screw in order. First out, which is going to be last in. So we put it this way. So when we assemble, all the screws go that way. And believe it or not, every screw have a place to go. There's no such thing as open up a watch and you have a spare screw once you're done. That's nonsense. Okay, so let's put this in a pickle jar. Well, not pickle jar, but a solution jar. And clean this thing up. Got my little basket here. Let's drop everything in it. Like a madman. And when it come out, it should be all nice and clean. One thing in particular, this roller is a magnet. It does stick to everything, so I just find my favorite piece of metal and stick to it. Let's see which metal part are we going to clean. This here. Okay, we don't have to worry about losing that thing later on. So let us put all these watch parts in a preliminary clean. I like to clean this first before I put in my main cleaner, so my solution won't get too muck up. My main solution won't get all muck up. So basically just throw in here, check it out, and throw on the other solution. It's just that simple. Of course, the solution I use is a Zantec Plastic Clean. It's a spray bottle. This here is my good old-fashioned Carmex lip balm. Yeah, back in the day they made these nice jars, not like the one they have nowadays. Everything turned to plastic. And even this date wheel, won't fit in there. Even this date wheel, I will soak into the solution quickly and take it out, of course. Would not go to the ultrasonic with that date wheel. Good thing about the Zantec solution is it won't harm plastic, and all the writing right here in ink or wherever it is, it won't fade or rubbed off. All right, also my good old minced garlic jar. Enjoy the food that I cook at home, and once it's done, we put to use at work. All right. Nice and clean. I will admit to you, I trust the stuff that I use. The solution should do what it does, and it always has. Nice and clean. It's unorthodox to use a tool like this at work, but hey, sometimes you use what is on hand. As long as you don't do any damage, you're okay. Okay, the main plate is pretty big. Let me toss that in there too. And of course, toss this in here. Get this blower, agitate the solution a little bit. I was told that this method does work. I don't know. I know the solution worked without you doing this, but hey, any tip and advice that people give, I take. Okay, let's put it in our wash basket and take it to the ultrasonic. This part is easy. I know this part worked. Okay, all the part that you don't trust, just stay where it should be when it's in the cleaner. We throw it in the basket, so it won't just flow off elsewhere, anywhere, and then we gotta look for it later. That you don't feel safe to go into the ultrasonic, just do a gentle hand clean, and that's all I take. Of course, this is a plastic date finger wheel. Advance the date calendar. No need to put in the ultrasonic, because it got to go through the heat motion and all that. It might warp the wheel, and then it won't work right afterward. All these metal gear, toss them in. Get it clean. All right, the magnetic roller, let's go, let it go by itself, so it won't stick anyone else to it. All right, there you go, baby. Get snapped up, locked away, go to the cleaner. I'll see you in a bit. The main plate look clean. Usually I scrub it with a plastic wire brush if I find it's dirty, but this look pretty clean. So into the basket and onto the ultrasonic. And as you can see, it's one food jar after another. I love food. This is, of course, a salsa jar. Or is it a cheese dip? One or the other. I did enjoy it. I'm very sure with my Tostito chips. Okay. Soak this in the solution. And let's put it into ultrasonic for a good 15 minutes. Let's go. All right, let's do our 15 minutes cleaning in the ultrasonic. Small jar in a big old sonic. Wherever work, right? Let's put this into the metal basket and dry off. There's the main plate. Stack 2 and the top stack. Oh yeah. Okay, Let's do a spin cycle, and here come the front thing off, and we work on the watch.
Can't even compare them.
All right. After out of the wash cleaner basket, all the part look nice and clean. No issue here. So let's start assembling. All right, here come the front part, assembling. All right, see here. Fit into this movement holder gadget. Okay, let's grease our setting stem here, like normal, like mechanical watches. Have the same function and feature.